Good evening. Welcome to the 25th annual Minnesota I Have a Dream ceremony. My name is Yaneng Lee. I'm going to Augsburg. I graduated from South. Can I hear my South people up there? And I will be majoring in creative writing.
Hello, my name is Suwadi Mahmood. I graduated from Edison High School. And I will be going to the University of Minnesota this fall under the College of Education and Human Development. I'm planning on majoring in psychology. Me and Yaneng will be your hosts for tonight.
I'd like to introduce the deans of CEHD onto the stage. G. Kwam's history of the University of Minnesota goes back to 1980 when she began as an instructor in the School of Social Work. In October 2008, Jean led the college through the challenges of changing times as interim dean.
Naeem Medyoun received his undergraduate degree from Morehouse College before earning his master and doctorate from the University of Minnesota. He is currently the Associate Dean for Undergraduate and Diversity Programs in the College of Education and Human Development.
Please give a warm welcome to the deans of CEHD.
Well, of the two of us, I'm Jean Kwam. I'll let Naeem introduce himself in a minute. I just want to say how excited we are that you are all here tonight and how proud we are of all the work that you've done. I particularly want to thank all of the staff because I know how hard it is I'm not going to say how hard it is. They have such a passion for working with young people and seeing you be successful that I think that's what I really like to see and what I take a lot of pride in. So each one of you is doing that by moving ahead with your education. So I just want you to know how proud we are of everything you've done.
And so I'd just like to say thank you also, the staff for putting this together, the hard work, the great turnout today. And, you know, it's interesting. As you get older, I'm very, very old.
Not as old as me.
You start to realize certain things about your meaning and purpose in life. And you all are actually helping us fulfill our purpose. As you start to realize what's important about life and important about living and becoming human, you realize you don't become human until you really start to allow others to become as human as you are. And we're investing in you because our applying of our strengths and our talents and our gifts is actually a gift to us to become more human. So thank you for achieving your dreams and helping us to fulfill our purpose.
Please give another round of applause for Jean and Naeem. Thank you both for your support of Trio Upward Bound. Lots of time has been dedicated to get to this point, and we couldn't have done it without our next speaker.
So we would like to welcome Trio Upward Bound Director, Tricia Wilkinson.
Good evening, Upward Bound alumni, families, staff, current students, and our special guests. Tonight is about celebrating the success and achievements of Trio Upward Bound students. I am proud to be able to stand here tonight and be able to say that I know each and every Trio student and alumni in this room. As Yaneng mentioned, I have been with the program for 9 years. I served 7 years as the academic coordinator, and the past 2 years I've had the honor of being the director of this great program. This event, the Minnesota I Have a Dream ceremony, is one of my favorite events of the entire year. It's a chance to see alumni, catch up, see some familiar faces, some old faces that I have not seen in a very long time, and to really learn how much they have grown and see what they have succeeded and accomplished in the last years that they have left this program. It's an opportunity for our current students, class of 2019, 2020, 2021, to see where you may be one day on this stage or beyond. It's an opportunity for us to also acknowledge the staff that have put in the countless hours, not this summer, not just this summer, but year-round. Like many families, we have had times to create a lot of memories, a lot of times to have fun, whether it be taking road trips, college tours, day-to-day moments, spending time having, conversations, or me just lecturing you on something. We've had a lot of times also where there's been challenges. Like many families, we've had disagreements. We've had differences of opinions. We have not always liked each other, but I believe we've always cared and loved for each other and wanted the best for each other. You support each other like family, and that is what this program is about. So I'm proud of you guys. There's been a lot of laughter. There's been some tears, but like any family, we've all gotten through it, and we're here tonight to celebrate your success, and this moment is for you guys.
We would like to introduce Karen Sterno to the stage for remarks.
Karen and her late husband is the sole reason we are here today. Without her, none of this would be possible. Through the generosity of this scholarship, she continues to give TRIO Upward Bound students the opportunity for all of us to pursue a college education.
It's been 30 years. And I normally don't come and speak during this ceremony, but tonight I wanted to for a couple of different reasons. One is that to really acknowledge that you give me a lot more than I give you. So I really wanted to make sure you were aware of that. Secondly, it's been a tough year. It's been a tough year, and I think politically is probably why, and we don't really know where our country is going. And I need you to let me see what the future looks like. And I'm seeing it in how you take this opportunity of education and where you go with it. And I feel as though it means that you may do a much better job with your future than my generation did with our future. And I say that with a lot of respect because I think you have a lot more to give that works for the world than what my generation did. And I know that sounds like a lot of rhetoric to come at you, but you provide a kindness and a way of acceptance that I think is only going to help the future of this country as well as the world. So thank you for being our future. And also, I also wanted to bring out just a little bit more with that when I see the 9th and 10th graders that are coming into the program and I look at the ones that have graduated maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I just go, it is a wonderful opportunity to see the growth that this program provides. And my sense of how well the TRIO program works is by looking at that success, and I hope that I get to do it for another 30 years because it is the most exciting thing I do in my life. Thank you very much.
We as the Bridge class of 2018 thank you for coming here and supporting our class. We are very grateful to everyone as you all played some kind of role in our success. We'd like to introduce to the stage Candace Bunyan.
She is an alumni to TRIO Upward Bound, class of 2013. She attended the program while in high school at Edison. Where's my Edison people? She attended the University of Minnesota Twin Cities as an undergraduate and earned her degree in elementary education under the College of Education and Human Development. She also just completed her master's in education this past spring.
Candace will be teaching kindergarten students at Park Terrace Elementary this fall. Let's give a warm welcome to Candace Bunyan.
Good evening, high school students from North, Edison, Henry, South, families of Bridge students, CHD alumni, alumni still in college, and staff for the TRIO program. Before I get into the heart of my speech, I would like to thank those that have contributed to the Dream Scholarship. Students like myself have accomplished huge dreams with the funds. Even though that money can be taken advantage of, the Dream Scholarship is used as a tool that allows students that come from little to nothing to make a huge difference. Thank you for your endless support, guidance, and blessings to this program. I'd like to take a moment and reflect on the fact that just 6 years ago, I was sitting in the same seats as you all are sitting now. It all began the fall of 2009 when I was introduced to the program Upward Bound at my alma mater, Edison Senior High School. My goal was always to attend college, but at the time, I didn't know the tools, resources, or how to prepare for my long-term goal. My parents, both from Liberia, instilled within me that education is very vital to be successful in the world. Every day people tell us to succeed, but it's okay to fail. The greatest of the great people fail, and that's just a reality of life. No one is perfect. Secondly, life is not what it seems outside of Upward Bound. There is so much to life, and there's so much to experience. Remember to stay true to yourself. Don't let anyone come in the way of your dreams because they are yours. Today is a new day, so smile and think about what are your values, endeavors, and goals in life. Class of 2018, with the knowledge and exposure you have been given, you have the ability and power to be who you want to be. This is just the beginning of a long marathon. With the skills you have received through Upward Bound will benefit you in the long run. Upward Bound is like a family in which we are all supported and challenged. Like a family, sometimes things may be hard, but they get better in the end. With the same mindset, go into your next journey having an open mind. It's a time to grow, make mistakes, and connect with others. Trust me, I failed a class and had to retake it in college. This is just one of many mistakes I had in my own life. But do remember that Upward Bound staff and support will always be here for you. So students, remember that some people dream of great accomplishments while others stay awake and do them. No matter what you do, I want each and every one of you to remember 3 things. Stay humble, use your authentic voice, and have fun. Remember, a dream doesn't happen through magic, but with hard work and dedication. So today, let's start making your dreams a reality.
Tonight, it is my pleasure to acknowledge the Dream Scholarship College graduates. I'd first like to acknowledge Clarissa Gassana. Ikran Haji. Ka-Ying Lee. Michael Lee. Mahubo Mohammed. Kern Wilson. Laura Vo. Michelle Yang. Yes, next, let's get a group picture.
But we do have Congressman Keith Ellison here. So for closing remarks, we'd like to introduce to the stage U.S. Congressman Keith Ellison.
Before being elected to Congress, Ellison was a noted community activist and ran thriving civil rights, employment, and criminal defense law practice in Minneapolis. He was also elected to serve 2 terms in Minnesota, the State House of Representatives. He has been serving District 5 in Minnesota, which includes Minneapolis, since 2007. Congressman Ellison has been a strong supporter of TRIO programs. His support in Congress has helped all of us to be able to get the continued support of the program. Please give a big round of applause for Keith Ellison.
Hey TRIO, how you guys doing? So, 1966 is when TRIO was started. I want you to think about 1966. Put that year in your mind for a moment. Because the year before that, only 1 year before that, we passed the Voting Rights Act. And the Voting Rights Act was necessary because before that, if you were a black person, you really couldn't vote at all. If you were a black person or a white person who wanted to get married, in 16 states it was illegal, a crime. And people who tried it in 1968 got arrested and brought to jail. And there's a case called Loving versus Virginia, which recognized their right to get married as they chose. Before that, 1965, 1 year before TRIO was started, if you are an immigrant and you're a person of color, you wouldn't be here but for the Immigration Act of 1965, because before that, if you weren't coming from Europe, you weren't coming here. I'm not telling you anything that isn't true. I'm certainly not trying to upset you. I'm trying to give you some context for TRIO. I want you to understand TRIO, why it was necessary, why people fought for it, why some people who stood up and demanded it, they protested, they marched, some of them even got killed, some of them got beat, water hose, everything else so that they could have TRIO, so that you could sit in this room today. I don't want you to be confused about it. In 1964, 2 years before TRIO, it would be perfectly legal, absolutely legal, to say, I'm not going to serve no black people in my restaurant. Get out. And many people were arrested and beat up and had cigarettes and coffee poured on them because they tried it. I'm talking about 1966 and what brought Trio into existence and why it was absolutely necessary. What I'm really telling you is that the people who made Trio happen are people who ran a personal risk and a personal sacrifice for the benefit of our society. Because our society says that we're dedicated to liberty and justice for all, that we're dedicated to human rights and the dignity of all persons, and yet our policy wasn't lined up with that. Don't be surprised, before 1960, it was 1970s until the second women's rights movement allowed women to have any real access to power in our country. If you had a disability, there were no curb cuts or anything to help you get up on the curb or go up, get into an elevator. There was all kinds of barriers in your way. If you were an LGBT person, you didn't tell anyone because it was something that could get you fired, beat up, all kinds of problems. I'm telling you about this because I want you to know that you are inheriting an important legacy. You're stepping into a movement that was fought to provide opportunities for people like you, and because of that, you have an obligation to provide that same opportunity to others. In this evening, you all have celebrated personal achievement. That's awesome. You are awesome. You are smart. You are worthy. You can do this. But beyond your own personal achievement, you got to think about what's best for our society and how you can make it a better place. If all you do is take this scholarship and get your degree and make a lot of money for yourself and just buy more cars and more stuff and more consumer items for you, we will have failed. But if you take this degree, take this scholarship, and you use your degree in business to open up a business so that other people can have a good job, if you use your psychiatric degree to help people's mental health who really need it, if you are willing to take what you learn to help confer good to other people, then we succeed. You know, I just want to say, if I may, thank you, Karen. Because when you and your partner decided to endow this scholarship, you could have just taken the money and bought consumer items with it. More houses, more planes, more boats. Lord knows that's the set of values that are prevalent in certain places in our society. Lord knows that there are some people in our world right now who are like, look, would I rather pay taxes and help fund public education, clean water, and health care, or get a big tax cut so I can have more money for me? That value system is out there, folks. And sometimes it feels like they're winning. But if you are willing to say, yes, I'm going to do well by myself and my family, but I'm going to do well by society too, with what this scholarship is going to allow me to learn, then we will succeed as a society. And I have great faith in young people of today. Young people, same age as you guys, had a horrible tragedy happen at their high school down in Florida. And nobody would have blamed those kids at Parkland High School if they would have said, man, we had a horrible tragedy, my friend died, I'm just too sad to do anything. But that's not what they did. They organized all over this country to say we got to have some sense and some logic and some good policy around these guns out here. They use what they learned in their high school to actually give something back to society. And I am challenging you to do the same thing. Get those grades, get that good job, but figure out what else you can do. And it doesn't have to be for people just inside the United States. Do something for world hunger. Do something for clean water. Do something for women's rights all over this globe who are denied them. Do something to stop people who are trafficked, either by their labor or their sex or whatever. Do something for somebody else besides yourself, because the values that say, I'm in this for me and only me, just don't work for us. They're killing us as a society. People who say, I'd rather pocket this money than invest in the environment, it's burning our world up, so it's going to be too dangerous for us to live on. People who say, I will not fund public education because I need more of a tax cut for me, they're leaving 50, 60 kids in the classroom, and the schools are crumbling and breaking down. People who say that they will not invest in higher education are causing skyrocketing tuition, which makes you all have to borrow all kinds of money just to develop your mind. We need a sense of the common good in this moment, and we're counting on you to help inch the ball a little bit further ahead. And I have no doubt that you will not disappoint. Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause for Keith Ellison.
Now it's the time you all have been waiting for 4 years, is your Trio Upward Bound Minnesota I Have a Dream Scholarship Ceremony Graduation.
Thank you everyone for being here tonight. Before we get started, Dua Yang and I really want to express how honored we are to be on this stage today. Not only do we have the privilege to serve as the college access advisors for these bright students, we also have the honor to serve as their college planning instructors. This year has truly been amazing watching all of you grow and your talent and skills. The future is yours to be successful.
You guys are our babies, and we're so proud of you. Oh my God. We are so proud of you, and we love you so much.
To get started, Swati Mahamud.
Yaneng Lee.
Kia Lor.
Jer Lee.
Christopher Johnson.
Der Her.
Kalia Rush.
Sarkamo Ali.
Gada Wako.
Edmund Ibrahim.
Biani Neri Ocha. Lisa Estefany Hara Ovilo.
And last but not certainly least, Alan Vang. Class of 2018, guess what? You did it!
Thank you again for supporting Trio Upward Bound.
We'd like to thank you all for attending this year's Minnesota I Have a Dream ceremony.